Welcome back. Another March Madness has come and gone, and it was another amazing year for UConn men's and women's basketball. The men made it to the championship game, the women to the Final Four. This is great for fans. Is it also good for the university, facing some financial challenges here and there? UConn President Dr. Radenka Maric is here to discuss the future of the university and how things look moving forward. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Face the Facts. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
So, any visit to the Storrs campus, you go and you look around, and there are gleaming new buildings, new sports complex, big new gym for the students, that huge fitness center. When you drive through, you get the appearance, wow, this is really kind of like a wealthy university. But then we have a budget gap. How did we get there? It seems like everything should be smooth sailing to the person who just drives through campus.
I'm glad you feel that way. You know, first impression is the most important.
As an alum, this campus has changed tremendously since I was there years ago.
There is tremendous investment of state in operating of the university and the infrastructure. So there are new buildings, the new dorm, there is new Science One building. So you really see the growth. There is new School of Nursing under construction that is going to be open in December. This is the largest gift to university from our alumna, Liz DeLucas. It's $70 million her investment.
And that was for the nursing school?
That's for the nursing school to increase the number of the students. So when you have the new investment, when you have the new growth, you have the new expenses. So expenses are growing faster than that's what we can generate.
So the gifts don't cover the full cost of that?
No, they do not.
Right.
They do not. So governor supported us $30 million for that new building. University put $30 million forward. So it is significant investment, but the objective is really to go and address the shortage of the nurses in Connecticut. And UConn, as a flagship university, always thinks of the needs of the state, community needs, economy needs. We are workforce of the state and engine of the state.
Right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So expenses, inflation, maintenance of the building, all that costs a lot, and that's how you get that gap.
What's the deficit right now? I've seen some reports that it was up as high as tens of millions, $100 million, and then it shrunk down to like 30 million. Where is it?
So we are now, for the FY26, we are short probably 6 million, and for the FY27, we are close to 40 million for UConn and 55 for UConn Health. So we did a lot of trimming the things, and we don't want to trim on the expense of the quality. So the quality of academic programs has to be the focus.
So does that mean, are you getting rid of teaching assistants or teachers, or how do you trim?
We trim like looking what we can. You heard our faculty saying that they have to take the garbage out of the office. So if that's, but everything, we look really everything, what is the must and what we can live without, what is one-time trim. We don't want to trim academic programs, but they're the programs that have a low enrollment or very small number of the students. We are looking how to merge them and reposition faculty to do something where there are larger classes, so we have to think of the size of the classes. And when you grow enrollment, you also have to keep the quality.
Right.
So the quality and excellence has to always be there.
So to talk about growing enrollment, two things. One, oftentimes when we have a basketball run, you say, oh my gosh, applications to come to the university are skyrocketing. So many people want to come to UConn now. A recent report said 62,000 people applied to come to UConn. And if you're not having enough money, people say, well, why don't you just bring in more students? Is it that easy?
It is not that easy. Basketball and championship are great marketing tool. Everybody knows about UConn, everybody knows about Connecticut.
And athletics cost a lot of money to run.
Absolutely. But when I look like 15 years of excellence in athletics or 20 years in enrollment, there is a little growth with national championship. We are in everybody's home. But at the end of the day, parents are looking at our academic quality.
Right.
When my child graduates, how good is a program? Are they going to have a jobs?
Right.
So in everybody's mind, and in today's economy in particular, it's so important for graduates to have jobs.
Right.
So we are even thinking as university, we are now moving the career service to vice president for enrollment and management. So when we get a freshman that we start planning their career path,
right.
You know, internships, co-ops, have a 2-3 co-ops or internships in order when you graduate to land a job.
So when you try to land a job, here's one of my last question, because we're going to run out of time. So many more people these days are concerned about the return on investment. If you get through 4 years of UConn at $36,000, you got $120,000 in debt, potentially. You're not going to get out of UConn and get a $120,000 job your first year out. How do you convince a family that UConn is worth the investment? Are they getting the return on their investment? Because college is so expensive.
Absolutely. So we have to be objective, and actually UConn is doing pretty well return on investment. So to many of the students, students like to study history, they like to start humanity, and those are important for the society. But we also suggest them to take maybe another degree, double major or minor, so that way you have more options. So whatever is the economy, one day when you graduate, and I had a student who had a degree in material science and English, and she got, phenomenal job at electric boat, and they asked her, what are we going to do with your English degree? And she said, everybody has to write proposal, everybody has to write a report, so I know material science and I'm excellent writer. And she landed great job. So thinking of how do we couple, because we want to prepare them for career path, but we also want to have a great citizens.
Right.
And humanity plays a great role, and art in having the great citizens.
We have to leave it there. President, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.